What's going on, y'all? I'm Brady, and welcome to my book nook. So, like I said, if you've watched the channel, things probably look a little different, and that's because we came home for the weekend. So I've none of my lighting stuff, and I'm not in my usual area. So I'm visiting family right now, and I'm just recording this video vlog style. So that's what's going on there. And so, like I said, now onto the video. So we're day 5 of Narnia week, and it's been a long week up until this point. A lot of late nights because I just have been getting pushed further and further back, and tonight's an even later night because, like I said, came home, visited family, waited till after everyone went to bed, and then I finally got to start reading. So now that it's done, you would think I would probably have a pretty negative opinion just from the situation of the book. But we're doing The Horse and His Boy, and the situation did not affect my opinion on this book at all because I loved it. This was an excellent Narnia book. It's very different than the previous Narnia books. It focuses a lot less on the magical and the fantasy aspects, and really hones in on the politics of the world and some new characters. The new characters introduced, I loved Shasta. I think it's Aravis, and then you had the 2 talking horses, which is Bree and Hwin. And like I said, I love anytime an animal talks, as goofy as that sounds. It's just something that I've always been a fan of, getting to hear their voice and kind of getting their perspective on things. It's just such a fun element that you really only get to see in fantasy. So like I said, those talking animals were great, and I loved the new characters. I love the fact that it's kind of introduced and like slightly talked about is the idea of slavery. I thought that was really like a big topic to be put in a book like this, and traditionally a children's book. And I'm glad it was in there because I think it was nicely touched on. Didn't like go into it really at all, but just kind of touched on, mentioned and talked about how like they were treated and stuff because of their slave status, stuff like that. And the plot, like I said, it focuses a lot more on the politics, which was strange, and that was not something I was honestly prepared for. I wasn't sure what to expect, but I did not expect more interactions between kingdoms. Also, in the interaction between kingdoms, I really liked where this book was set because it is the book in between The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and Prince Caspian. So it's that in-between period where you had the pensive siblings were ruling over Narnia. So you get to see them as they're like in full effect ruling and stuff. And also, like I said, it's always fun for me. People like to rag on tropes nowadays, but personally, I love getting to see tropes like that, especially when I'm reading older fantasy books like this, where these are probably the roots of these big tropes that we just take for granted today, or we kind of like, oh my gosh, this is so overdone. But it's always fun to see that, and there's a massive trope in this that I'm not going to say because I feel like it could be spoiling a part of the book for you. But yeah, I love this book. I think it was a whole lot of fun, and I just kind of enjoyed the dialogue. I thought this was some of the stronger dialogue that I've got to see in the series, other than my favorite character so far, Eustace, because he's just snarky and a goof. So like I said, other than that specific character, I think this is some of the strongest dialogue between characters, some of the best relationships that I've gotten to see in the Chronicles of Narnia series. And overall, I just really enjoyed it. It was a pleasant shift that I wasn't expecting, and that just makes me even more curious about where the series is going to go next. Because like I said, this is day 5. We got 2 books left, and it's very funny how it's set up. So we have the Magician's Nephew tomorrow, and then we have the last battle after that, which means I'm going from tomorrow is going to be book 1 chronologically to book 7 the next day. So I'm 5 books in, and now I have to read the first chronological book and the last, which is going to be strange. But like I said, I'm excited to see what's coming up in the Magician's Nephew. Like I said, so far, Narnia week has been an absolute blast. And if you've watched the videos, thank you for watching. It's always fun. Let me know what you guys are thinking down below. Let me know if you guys want to see anything else like this. Let me know if you have read Narnia, watched Narnia, or just enjoy it. Alright guys, that's really all I got for you guys. And until next time, stay reading, y'all.